expensive. It's just so overwhelming. Like, you work and 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 it's...
Yo, as a black American living here in South Africa, having a home like this was just a dream in America, coming from me, St. Louis, Illinois. But I was able to retire medically, and now I'm here, what you call living a soft life. You understand? I'm walking through pillars and shit like I'm a Roman emperor. But yeah, for the amount that I'm paying here, it'll cost me like 3 times as much in the States. I get to walk the streets without being harassed in a white neighborhood because my police are black. And they just want a little bit of cold drink money. And I got
Grand Rising kings and queens from Africa and across the ocean, I thank you and I love you so much. I welcome you today to another powerful commentary. Now, I'm going to talk about something that goes far deeper than just dollars and shillings, okay? Deeper than comparing groceries or rent. I'm going to uncover the real cost of living in Africa versus in America. Now, why am I doing that? I've heard black Americans saying, how is it in Africa? And I've heard a lot of Africans, they are saying, America is better, but they didn't know the reality of what is on the ground in America. It is not always the greener on the other side. That's what my black Americans, brothers and sisters always tell me, okay? The grass is not greener on the other side as we think. Now, it is so much important because every day I see our people in the diaspora asking this big question. Should I stay in America and struggle with these bills, these loans, or should I return to the motherland of my ancestors where life seems more affordable, free, more natural, Africans too at home, my brothers and sisters are asking, why do people still chase America when it's clear the survival there is not easy? Why do they believe the American dream when they see Americans drowning in debt? So this is not just about economics. It's about truth, about choices, about the future of black people worldwide. Because, family, when you break it down, the real cost of living is not only about what money can buy, okay? It's about what money can't buy. And that's peace of mind. That is cultural. That is connection and freedom from oppression. So today, I'm going to break this down in full. We will compare. Let's watch this video first and then I come with my full commentary. Please make sure you watch up to the end. And for those who haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube space. For those who haven't joined my membership, please join. Thank you.
America versus South Africa, cost of living edition. So in America, rent is about $2,000 a month, which comes out to around 35,000 Rand a month. Whereas in South Africa, rent is about 9,000 Rand a month, which comes out to about $510 a month. Groceries. In America, the average price of groceries for one person a month is around $425, which comes out to about 8,000 Rand a month. Whereas in South Africa, the average price of groceries for one person for a month is around 3,000 Rand, which comes out to about $170 a month. Minimum wage. In America, the average minimum wage is around $7.25 an hour, which comes out to about 130 Rand an hour. Whereas in South Africa, the minimum wage is 28 Rand 79 cents an hour, which is $1.63 per hour. Lastly, petrol prices. In America, the average petrol price per liter is around 93 cents, which comes out to about 16 Rand and 42 cents per liter. Whereas currently in South Africa, the petrol price is 21 Rand 59 cents, which comes out to about $1.22 per liter. Comment down below which country you want to see next.
Let's talk about living in America versus living in Uganda. Unless you're making over 300K a year, you're really one incident, one flat tire, one toothache, one pet bill away from being homeless and ruining your life. If you add up all the bills, we're talking about rent, power bill, gas bill, internet, car note, car insurance, paying for gas for your car. And we haven't even talked about buying food yet. We all know buying food is crazy right now. Most of you are one pet bill away from being on the streets. Now, since I've been in Uganda, I paid $1,000 USDs for 3 months in a one-bedroom nice apartment. And I'm telling you guys right now, this place I'm living in now in America is $2,000 a month, okay? We were the first ones to move into this place. This place just got built, and they only asked me for $300 a month. I've been here 30 days, and I haven't needed for nothing. I can rest. I can go get food, real food. It's cheap. We spend about USDs. We probably spend about maybe $10 a day at the most. So I just been resting, eating, doing content. My rent is paid. And what they do is, what's a blessing is that they don't let you pay for 1 month of rent. They make you pay 3 months. So that $1,000 that you're paying in America for 1 month, you can get over here and get 3 months and get a peace of mind, eat some real food, and just enjoy yourself and rest. Also, the weather's like 70 degrees to like 85 degrees every day. There's no daylight saving time. Every day the sun goes down and comes up at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So everything is it's great over here, great this way. So I would say you guys need to get your passports, start looking at tickets, and 1 month of income, you can live over here for like 3, 4, 5 months. So I don't know what you guys are waiting on. You guys need to at least come and visit, man, because I know America is so expensive. Everything is just off the charts right now. And I know a lot of y'all are trying to figure out ways to just basically keep your neck above water. America versus Uganda, the clear choice is what it is. 1 month of rent in America can give you 3 months of rent in Uganda in a place in like a condo. So it's a no-brainer. So get your passports. And if you got any questions, I'm here for you, man. I love Uganda. Like I said, the weather is good every day. It's not too cold. It's not too hot. I came with a bunch of hoodies because it was winter in America. The food is great. Like I said, I lost a lot of weight. If I want to travel, I can catch a boda. I don't know what you guys are waiting for. The people are cool. They know I'm different, but they still recognize me, say what's up, and I don't have no problems here at all. So let me know. If you got any questions, man, I'm here for you. But it's a no-brainer. Uganda is a good place to be and a safe place to be.
You can live off of $1,000 a month in Nigeria, and here's how. Nigeria is really cheap when it comes to transportation, living, food, and attractions. Grocery stores normally run me about $65 for at least a good 2 to 3 weeks of groceries. They also sell so many Americanized foods. I always make sure I get Doritos. Today I just got majority of snacks, and then I just got like some bread, whatnot. And so for everything, I believe it was about $10 USD, which is not bad. KFC and like different fast food restaurants, it'll be about $5 a meal, which is very cheap. And then here's me getting like pots, pans, plates. You can get everything from the market from very low. Clothes and shoes will run you about $3 USD, as well as pots and pans will run you about $1 USD, which is very cheap. Cost of living can be very low depending on your area. However, it also depends on if you own or rent an apartment. I believe in some areas rent can run you about $400 to $500 USD, and on the higher end it'll be about $700 USD.
Everybody need to stay home for the next 3 to 6 months.
Just move. Just move to Africa. Like, just move to Nairobi, Kenya. Like, that's what I did. Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Dog Big Coatsy, live from Nairobi, Kenya. And something moved me. This fellow creator, he's talking about how the prices where he's at, where everyone's at right now in the States and certain areas, and especially like metropolitan areas, prices are high when it comes to buying stuff or going out. Nightlife, period, is gonna like eat up your wallet, like no matter if you like to spend or not. It's ridiculous. Like you said, they're robbing you right in your face, and you're giving them the money for it. Like, hey, here, yeah, take my $20 for a shot of whiskey or whatever. I don't drink like that, don't judge me. Anyways, well, why would you judge me? Anyways, for not drinking, right? My take on that is just move your black ass where you're wanted and celebrated and loved on, and you can get four beers for $10, under $10. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? The video cracked me up a little bit though, but like, yeah, I'm in Nairobi right now. Let me show y'all real quick. Let me show you a little garden area. Why isn't it working? So this is my cute little view that I have right outside. This is just a little snippet, a little taste of, you know, the lifestyle that you can have here. And not only are you coming back to your roots, you know what I mean? Like finding, you know, your ancestral roots. Not to say everybody's from Kenya. I'm not saying that. I'm saying just being on the motherland, period. You know what I'm saying? I generally believe we all were born Hapa, like here. So coming from here or whatever, and you're stimulating the economy. You feel me? You're stimulating the economy. Yes, there are going to be areas in Nairobi. Nairobi's a very popular city. It's on the map now. There's going to be a lot of places here that are going to charge you kind of similar to the American prices, but not like that. Like, let me give you an instance, all right? I went to a fancy restaurant. Well, it's a very fancy restaurant. It's called the Five Senses Restaurant. It's in Nairobi. It's in Kilimani, a specific area in Nairobi, right? And I treated myself to a dinner, like a fancy top-tier dinner, right? 4 drinks, all signature made, like to my taste. I got an appetizer. I got a main course meal that came with 2 servings. All that together, just for me, by the way, it's just for me. Transportation there and back included $78. Why didn't I round it up to 80? I don't know. I'm just trying to tell you it was $78. That's it. Like I said, I got 4 drinks catered to my taste. One was like a chocolate martini or whatever, but it was way better than I ever tasted before. Another one was like sangria. Like there was a whole bunch of different flavors. Like the bartender was on his stuff. He was on Levi, that's his name. I still remember his name because he was bartending the way he should, right? I'm just saying, if you want a nightlife and you don't want to sacrifice socializing and everything, some people go out for different reasons, to show off, whatever. I go out to have a good time with my friends and my husband, like people that I enjoy being around, and in a nice setting. The weather permits it here. You're able to just enjoy other people like-minded as you. Some areas you can go dance. Some areas you can just listen to music while you talk and not have it be too loud. Like there's a lot of places, I would say, for the most part, that are very customer friendly here as well. Like they respect you as a customer because they value your presence at their establishment. A lot of them could be owned by foreigners, and some of them can be owned by Kenyans. So you just got to do your research if you really want to support the local economy, you know, the local entrepreneur here, as far as a Kenyan is concerned. But yeah, like there's a couple places I've been to nightlife here, and I didn't go home feeling like I got robbed. You feel me? So I'm just saying, that's my little take on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously not everybody can drop everything in the States and come move across the world. This is just what I represent. This is a part of why I push what I push. Because when you live in the States, like, you're just sucked into that rat race, and you're just like constantly working and constantly trying to have some like a life. Work-life balance doesn't exist there. So when you come here, you're going to be able to see the fruits of your labor. You feel me? You're going to see the fruits of your labor. Like, you're going to be able to be like, oh, not only did I work? Yeah, I worked. But guess what? I can have a social life. Oh my gosh. I could take my kids out for a whole day, eating and drinking and everything like that, going to a play place, and I still have money left. I still got money for the rest of the week. I still got food. I can buy healthy foods. Like, don't get me started, man. This video triggered me, bro, in a positive way. But like, yo, it really set me off. Like I'm saying, y'all, definitely, I totally agree with the brother. I totally agree with him. Like, the businesses do need to change in the States, though, because to take advantage of people like that, and knowing inflation and people are struggling, like the minimum wage hasn't gone up and stuff like that, like that's not cool whatsoever. And I'm saying a change does need to happen. So yeah, lock in and stay home 3 to 6 months. Ain't nothing wrong with staying home. Some people in the comments were talking about, you know, bring block parties and cookouts and stuff like that. I think that's dope. Game nights. It's fun. Just keep yourself home and just be around the people that actually want to be around you. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going out for the other reasons, you know, okay. But that's just not me. Like I said earlier, I like to go out for my own reasoning. Like I'm a 90s baby, so I'm gonna bring that millennial energy every time. Like, we actually gonna be dancing. We actually gonna have a drink or two. We actually gonna get on the floor, you know, and scrape that joint up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, do the stinky leg. Like I just thought of that, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, like, yeah. But yeah, shout out to the original creator. And yeah, that's my take on it. Just, you know, work. Like, I feel like the States is meant to work, like, not to live. Like, it's hard to live there. It's hard to thrive there. Like, they make it harder for you to actually, like the American dream to me is, like, it's just, yeah, it's attainable. Technically, you know, the American dream. Whatever your dream is, you can have it somewhere else. You feel me? People think, oh, I got to stay where I'm at, or, you know, I'm used to, like, obviously your creature comforts, they make it extremely easy for you to be comfortable there. But I'm getting off topic, y'all, which I tend to do pretty often. But that's my take on the video. Let me know if you guys have any questions or whatever in the comments. And if you're interested in my journey and my life abroad here in Nairobi, Kenya, click the link in my bio. I have a whole YouTube channel dedicated to me living abroad. And you can follow, obviously, my TikTok. All right, y'all. Peace and love coming to you from Nairobi, Kenya, where you either go somewhere where you know you're going to get robbed, or you go somewhere where you know I'm going to have a good time, and I'm supporting people, and I'm giving nice tips to people. Girl, I can go on and on about this. Let me let myself go, all right? Let me let y'all go. Let me know if y'all want a part 2, because I can talk about this for days. Obviously, I can talk about living here and the benefits of living here forever in a day. So, all right. Peace and love.
Welcome back. You have heard those videos about the hardship of living in America. Some are happy in Africa. All in all, you need to test it so that you can know which one is right. But I will tell you for free, Africa is the king. Now, let me begin with the biggest expense for most families, and that is housing. In America, rent is a monster. According to the information that is reaching my table, according to what I've asked my brothers and sisters, New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Atlanta, you know, no matter where you are, if you want a decent place to stay, maybe you are going to bleed every single month. Because in New York City, for example, the average one-bedroom apartment will cost you anywhere between $2,000 or $3,000 per month. So if you want something for the family, you are talking about $3,500 to $5,000 easily. And that's utilities, okay? And let's not forget the deposits, you know, the credit checks and endless paperwork. That's from the sources. I don't know. I've never lived in America. That it's from the sources, from my brothers and sisters who are living there. Now, in Africa, take Nairobi, for example, because I'm in Kenya, okay? A good one-bedroom apartment in a decent area, in a rich area, can cost you anywhere from $250 to $600 per month, okay? 200 or 250 to $600 per month. So we have some prime neighborhood, for example, like Kilimani or Westland. You might maybe pay 800 to 1,200 compared to that of the New York. You get that? Now, my brothers in Nigeria are telling me housing prices are rising, but still you can find apartments for 300 to 700 USD per month, depending on the area. In South Africa, is around 400 to 800 USD per month. So there's a gap. In America, you are working to pay a landlord every month, sometimes half your paycheck or more, just to keep the roof over your head. But in Africa, while it still depends on your city and lifestyle, your rent burden is drastically lower. Okay, if you are earning in dollar and living in Africa, suddenly you find yourself with maybe more breathing space. But I will tell you, even buying a house or buying a land and building in Africa, it is cheap too. Okay, and that's why I'm gonna talk about ownership. In America, in America, owning a home is a dream locked behind mortgages, credit scores. 30-year loan. You pay and you pay and you pay, and still the bank owns your house until you have signed off after decades. But in Africa, many families still own their land outright. Okay, they build slowly, brick by brick, over years. But when it's done, it is theirs. No bank, no mortgage slavery, just your family land. Now, the real cost is here. In America, you are locked in a circle of rent and mortgage debt. But in Africa, housing may be cheaper. It is. In Kenya, housing is cheaper. But the challenge is wages and job stability. Okay? So The diaspora are coming home with foreign income. Africa gives you a chance to escape rent slavery and build something permanent. That's what I will say about housing. The wages and job stability is a problem to Africa, but when you come here, when you are planned, just know you are going to escape the rent slavery. Number two, let's talk about food and groceries, okay? Because food is not just survival. Food, it is cultural, it is family, it is health, okay? In America, the grocery bill is one of the highest monthly expenses that a family of four can easily spend, maybe $800 to $1,200 per month on groceries. I know if I don't know, maybe the one who gave me the figures, maybe they are few, but in Africa, food tells a different story. If you eat local, you win big. For example, in Nairobi, you can go to the market and buy fresh vegetables, and that is the keyword, fresh vegetable, unlike in America, okay? Fresh fruits, fresh grains, fresh meat for a fraction of US prices. Okay. For example, a kilo of potato is less than $1 here. A bundle of fresh kale is just pennies. Okay. Street food like chapati, samosas, roasted maize. You can fill your stomach with just under $2. Yes, under $2. With $2, you can go and buy food and come and cook in your house. You buy rice, you buy some tomatoes there, some beans, come and cook in your house with $2. So it is different. It is different because another thing, we look at the freshness of the groceries. Higher. For example, you are in Lagos, you can buy yam, plantain, beans, and rice in bulk and feed a family on the modest budget. In South Africa, meat, maize, and fresh produce are widely available at much lower cost than in the States. So when you talk about food, food is cheaper in Africa than in the States. But again, the hidden truth is imported foods, luxury goods, packed snacks, and Western brand are far more expensive in Africa than in the USA. You know why? Okay, and that the same cereals you buy at Walmart maybe at $3 might cost here $8 to $12 in Nairobi or Lagos. Electronics, alcohol, even cheese, they are double or triple price. You must know that. That's the reality. Now, when you talk about freshness of food, the most expensive maybe vegetable in America, it is cheaper here, or we say it's a poor man's food here. So that tells you how maybe cheaper can it be. So the real cost of food depends on your choices. If you stick with local African food like ugali, sukuma wiki, nyama choma, jollof rice, fufu, marogo, we live like a king on a budget. But if you are addicted to imported brands and Western consumption habits, Africa will punish you, my brother. Now, let's go to healthcare. The silent giant in the cost of living conversation is on this healthcare. Because if housing drains your paycheck and food drains your pocket, healthcare in America will drain your soul. Yes. In the United States, healthcare is not a service, it's a business. If you don't have health insurance, one trip to the hospital can bankrupt you. A simple emergency room visit can run you like 2,000 to 3,000 US dollars. A broken arm can cost you $10,000. Giving birth in the hospital can cost you like 15,000 to 30,000, depending on the complications. And if you don't have coverage, you are done. Even with the insurance, you are done. Every month, I get that every month, millions of Americans pay hundreds, sometimes over $1,000 just for health insurance. Families are spending like 12,000 to 20,000 a year just for the privilege of maybe being covered. And even then, medicine, dental, and vision often aren't fully included. Now, in Africa, it is different. Healthcare is a mixed picture. For example, in Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa, and many other countries, public hospitals exist, okay? Though they are often overcrowded and underfunded, but treatment may be cheaper, but the quality is inconsistent. That is the reality. A private healthcare in Africa is dramatically cheaper than in America. For example, a consultation might cost like 10 to 20 USD. Yeah. A surgery that cost maybe 50,000 USD in America may cost 3,000 to 5,000 in Africa. Childbirth, maybe 3,000 USD to 1,000 USD in a private hospital. Even medications are often far more affordable here. Okay. Now, here's the nuisance. For locals, even this lower cost can still be difficult to pay because wages are low. Okay, but for someone coming from the diaspora and you have planned yourself, especially if you are earning in dollars, in pounds, or euros, healthcare in Africa feels like more and more affordable. That's the reality. And there's also another layer: natural health. In Africa, many people still rely on traditional medicines. Okay, we have herbs, natural remedies, that can cost a fraction of the pharmacist products. Okay, families knows how to heal with garlic, ginger, moringa, neem, aloe vera. But in America, the same herbs are sold in Whole Foods for like $20 a bottle, labeled superfoods. Get that? So the real cost of healthcare is this. In America, you might have world-class hospitals, but the system is designed to bleed you financially. In Africa, healthcare may not always match the same infrastructure as you have in America, but it is financially accessible and often more cheaper. So the true cost isn't just in dollars, family. It is in stress. In America, people live in fear of getting sick because they know it could mean financial ruin. Okay? In Africa, the fear is about quality and access, but the financial chains are lighter here. Now, let me talk about transportation. In America, the car is king. The system is built for cars, not people. Unless you live in New York City, you're expected to own a vehicle. And that means buying the car, insuring it, paying for fuel, paying for maintenance, paying for parking fee or registration. By the time you add it up, the average American spends like $8,000 to $12,000 per year just to own and operate a vehicle. For example, insurance alone maybe can be $200 to $400 USD a month, depending on your state. Now, in Africa, transportation varies widely by country and a city. For those who have come to Africa, in Kenya, they have seen. Like, for example, in Nairobi, we have some things that we call matatus. Okay? They're colorful, they are loud, and they are packed like minibuses. Okay? Now, these matatus can get you across town to town. Just under $1. Under $1 can get you to town. Okay? And right there, under that dollar, maybe we have Okadas, we have Danfoss in Johannesburg. In Johannesburg, you have taxis, you have minibus system, and we have 2 trains. So for locals, these options are cheap compared to America. But here's the challenge here. These public transport are congested, and the infrastructure, maybe in Nairobi, traffic can eat you even 3 hours of your day. Okay? In Lagos, we have gridlock. It's legendary. Roads can be rough, fuel may fluctuate, and public transport isn't always reliable. That's the reality. But still, owning a car in Africa is generally cheaper than in America. Insurance costs less. For example, insurance per year can cost like, is it 700? Yeah. 50, not 50. Can cost like 500 to 700 USD per year. That's in Kenya, for example. Okay. Parking is less formal. Sometimes it is less than $2, $3. Sometimes it is free. Okay. Now, here in Africa, fuel is always subsidized. You don't have to pay thousands just for permissions to own a vehicle. Okay. For diaspora returners, Uber, Bolt, the ride-hailing apps popular in Africa make life easier. Rides that cost $40 in the USA may cost like $5 to $10 in Nairobi or Lagos. So the real cost of transport in America, it is money. In Africa, it is time. America bleeds you with bills. Africa bleeds you with traffic, because there is traffic here, congested traffic jams. But between the two, Africa still leaves you more money in your pocket. Yes. Let's go to education and childcare. In America, education is crisis. Public schools are underfunded in many black communities, and private schools can also maybe can cost like $10,000 to $40,000 a year per child. Okay. And in college, that's a lifetime of debt. Student loans in America have enslaved the entire generation. $1.7 trillion is owed, and people are paying loans into their 40s and 50s. Okay. Childcare is another monster. Daycare in many American cities costs like $800 to $2,000 a month per child. So families are just working just to pay strangers to watch their kids. But in Africa, public education is often more affordable. Okay. Like private schools can cost anywhere from $500 a year to $5,000 a year. That's private schools, depending on the level. Those international schools for elites For example, in Nairobi, Lagos, and Johannesburg may charge like $10,000 to $20,000 per year. But that's still less than many of American schools. Childcare, for example, in Africa, in Nairobi, and these other towns, might cost like $100 to $200 a month. Here in Kenya, when you employ someone to work in your house just to take care of your children, it can cost you less than $70, less than $100 per year. Like mostly it's like $100, not per year, per month. Okay, so the real cost of education and childcare in America, you pay thousands, and your children are still often under cultural attack in the school system. In Africa, education is cheaper. Childcare is more community-based, and your children are raised in their culture. Another thing is entertainment and lifestyle. Okay, let's be honest. Life is not just about bills. At the time, we want to enjoy ourselves. Okay, in America, entertainment is a big business. Movies tickets are like 12 USD to 20. Concerts, concerts are like 100 to 500 USD. Sporting events like 100. Streaming services, gym membership, and all these things. But in Africa, entertainment is cheaper, but also more rooted in community. For example, a movie ticket in Nairobi might cost like $5. Yeah, $5. Like $5. That's a night out on a local bar with friends. You can pay maybe $20 on that. Street festival, community gathering, and traditional events are often free here. But the hidden cost is on the imported entertainment. For example, an international artist has come in luxury clubs here. That's where there is a real deal. Okay, but the cost of entertainment in Africa, if we embrace African lifestyle, entertainment is rich, is low, and affordable. Now, let me go to hidden cost. In America, the hidden cost is debt, credit cards, student loans, medical bills, car notes. Everywhere you turn, you owe somebody. Even if your paycheck is high, debt chains you. In Africa, the hidden cost is in infrastructure. Power cuts means you may need a generator or a solar backup. Water shortage means you may need storage tanks. Security in some areas may require guards, and these add expenses that America doesn't usually think about. Okay, but the balance still favors Africa. In America, debt follows you forever. In Africa, infrastructure challenges are upfront costs you can plan for, and once you solve them, you are free. Now, for Black Americans moving to Africa, the cost comparison is life-changing. If you earn American dollar and live in Africa, your money stretches. You can afford housing, food, healthcare, education, and entertainment at a fraction of the cost, and you escape the rat race. Okay? But if you come with no plan, if you come with no skills, no remote income, Africa can also be tough. Okay? Wages are lower, jobs are fewer, and infrastructure is a challenge. And that's why the real decision is not just about cost. It's about purpose. What's your purpose of coming to Africa? What life do you want for your children? Do you want to stay in a system that drains you financially and spiritually? Or do you want to return to a land where community, identity, and potential still thrive? And here's the truth. The real cost of living is not just rent, food, or transport. The real cost is your freedom. In America, yes, you may earn more, but you are chained by debt, racism, and endless bills. In Africa, yes, there are some struggles, but you gain cultural connection, family support, and the ability to live with dignity. Okay? So, apart from those two, which is more expensive? Losing your soul for comfort in America, or facing challenges but keeping your identity in Africa? Which is more? Now, family, the real cost of living in Africa versus Africa cannot be measured only in money. It must be measured in peace of mind, cultural connection, health, and freedom. America may give you higher wages, but it also gives you higher bills, higher stress, and deeper debt. Africa may give you challenges, but it also gives you roots, resilience, and the chance to build something that is truly yours. So the choice is not just economic, but the choice, it is spiritual. And that is the message I leave you, or I leave you with today.